Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 113 of On the Backs of Gods. I am your DM, Jillian, and we have our players today. Same as always, we have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. I think we're ready to jump back into things. If you happen to watch us over on youtube.com/slash the Dice Cult, you would have gotten to see my lovely recap. And if you decided not to watch the recap, you appreciated the robotics and you could imagine the pyrotechnics for funsies. But
Hmm.
today, if you hear anything strange, please give us a heads up in the chat. Thanks.
Please,
Uh,
thanks.
Anywho, let's jump into it. Let's
Hmm.
get going.
Hmm.
Last session, the party got together to plan how to catch a cultist. Gunhild is currently in the city, and they found out that she is prone to frequent a bakery every morning for breakfast. Uh, After deciding that they were going to confront her, not in the most direct way, Roshan disguised himself as Tate, who is Gunhild's fallen companion in this cult that they are both a part of. And the rest of the party finds a spot to get comfortable, some more hidden than others. And Gunhild meets Tate after she fully thought he was dead. And Roshan put on a performance. And throughout, she seemed very emotional, tears in her eyes, and even disgusted at moments when Tate talked about feeling the corruption inside of him and under his skin. Even going to say that the item she was here to pick up was stupid, but she stopped herself a little bit before finishing the word. And then she asked, as they were going to go into the woods, I'm sure for her the last time, she asked Tate if he remembered their promise by the water. And Roshan, as Tate, responded with yes. She told Tate to lead the way. He did, and then Roshan fell into darkness immediately as a knife was stabbed up into his chin, killing him immediately. It looked like she was going in for a second hit and then stopped, saw Roshan, and ran. Started running down the alleyway, to which she was pursued by an angry gaggle of adventurers who were real shook. And some made themselves real fast, some made themselves into birds, and Keld made their way over to Roshan and, using a diamond, pulled them up from the dirt that they were, I wouldn't say metaphorically being pulled into, but maybe somewhere else they were being pulled into. And Roshan became one of the living again, and then was immediately at full hit points as Nyx healed him and gave him over the amount of hit points he has, which, maybe for the best after he got hit with 156, 57 points of damage. Um, but the party in hot pursuit won a big bird. Um, it seems Gunhild ran into a guard who she tried to convince she was being mugged, and didn't stay really for any talking as she ducked behind a fence and then seemed to be gone. Nana figuring that she used some sort of concealment magic, probably invisible. She doesn't think it was like pass without trace or anything like that. Um, the guard, who seems young and inexperienced, asked everybody to stop because he wants to help, but if everybody keeps running around, he can't. Um, to which I think Nana is currently the only person like, yeah, dude, yeah, man. Um, After this, Fen takes off. The owl, that was earlier. The eagle takes off. Roshan goes behind the corner again, punches a wall. He's, ooh, real angry. And and Keld is just trying to catch up uh, as he makes his way over. As more guards approach, Fen runs past them. And that's where we're going to pick up. We're going to pick up with Fen and Nyx. I think Nyx is the easiest option. She is an eagle, unimpeded by anything.
Yeah.
Nyx, what are you doing?
She's gonna get lower to the ground and potentially, if she doesn't have to backtrack, let Fen climb up and get a ride.
Okay, so you're going to land?
Hover more. But
Good luck, nerd.
yeah,
Um,
if he can get on, he can get on. But she has a mission.
okay.
Oh my god. You
Um,
can join me, but only if you get good.
She's multitasking.
yeah. Honestly, Fen, if you use all you got, you can get to her and jump up there. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm gonna ride an eagle.
Um, as you're going, you do hear people like talking behind you, kind of, it sounds like abrupt orders. And you hear someone say, eyes on, wait for ears. And you can hear somebody following you. They don't have a weapon out, but they are pursuing you. There are two people in pursuit. You go and climb up on an eagle, and you hear just somebody below. That's a pain. And is going to continue pursuit. Uh, but the two of you take off
Guys,
into the
we're
air.
gonna be wanted by the same town guard twice over. Fuck!
Hey, the rest of you need a wanted poster.
Yeah, and mine will be on the
Excuse!
third.
Um, all right.
Have you seen this eagle?
Team in the air. What are we doing?
I was gonna try to look
How
for like
how
a
high in
blood
the air are
trail.
we?
How high you want to be, Nix?
You know, rooftop level. For now,
420 feet in the air?
400. That's really high
Fen
to try
falls
to see
unconscious
anything.
and slips off of the bird.
Damn!
There he goes.
I want
To
some of
start,
what she's
like
smoking.
rooftop level, because I know she was hurt, and she also
Yeah.
might have gotten Roshan's blood all over her. So trying to see if there's any kind of blood trail to hunt her down.
Okay. And Fen?
Fen is gonna reach into the bag on his waistband and throw a little ball down at the ground, and we'll see what it is.
Whoosh! It's like old 90s Pokemon Pokeball opening sound effect. Pushing!
It is a panther.
Hell yeah, brother!
So let me roll something.
Oh boy!
All of a sudden, a panther.
The situation is escalating.
Oh boy!
These guards running below. A panther slams into the ground.
Oh shit!
Stands up.
Guys!
At this point, the guards just got past it. And the one at the front is like, a big pain. And then looks to the other guy, move on. The other guard continues in pursuit. This guard stops and like looks at the panther. You friendly? And just sort of like is taking stock of the situation. Nix, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Shall. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, the eagle has perception advantage for keen sight. So. That's a nat 20, putting me at 20.
Hell yeah! Hell yes! Hell to the yes! That's what we love to see.
Nick's die. The other one was
Well
a 2, so.
done. Oh, yeah. Haha.
Okay. What does that add up to?
28.
Okay. All eyes, eagle eyes in the sky.
Screaw!
You can see that the thing is, for this, perception does take your action, so it's not like you're dashing through the air. And of course, if you were going very fast, it'd make it harder to see. But you are scanning your surroundings, and you can see this guard who's just kind of casually hoofing it behind you guys, just doing his best to keep eyes on you currently. And you scan. And something catches your eye right out of the corner of your eye. It's not a person, it's not movement. But you do see what looks like a splash of red at the entrance of an alleyway.
We're going there. Yep.
Yep.
You begin to veer towards that direction. Are you getting closer to get a better look? Or are you just flying down that alleyway?
I'd say still above it,
Okay.
because I don't want to get hit by her.
Don't hit me, please. I'm fragile.
Yeah. I'm a fragile
As
bird.
you, I'll say, as you kind of turn your route and start to move in closer, go ahead and give me either a medicine or survival check for some details.
Can do. That's I don't. This Nick size is wild today. That's another nat 20.
Whoa.
There you go.
Well, my medicine's also a +8, so another 28.
Hot
you go.
damn, Nick's
This
on
guy.
fire.
This die.
The situation plays through in your mind. An injured woman runs into an alleyway and realizes she's bleeding. You can see part of the arrow on the ground as if some snow is kicked over it, not enough as if somebody spent a lot of time hiding it. You can imagine that the arrow was pulled from the body, why there was a slight spray of blood onto the snow around. And you can also see something that looks like fabric, probably gauze. You think she ripped this arrow out and just started packing the wound and kept running. You don't see any footprints. You can see, though, bits of snow in strange places. Like on the edge of a barrel in the alleyway. Maybe there's a bit more of the rim visual in a spot that looked like it had heavy snow. She is using the environment to her advantage to try and kill the trail. And you don't know if she's still in this alley or not. You don't see her, hear her, anything. And she has quelled the blood trail.
Okay. Then I'll swoop down and grab the broken arrow / fabric I see, if possible, and then get up on that roof.
Sure.
Right next to it.
Fen is just kind of like, I think it's sort of just like a bobbing motion as it's like hit the ground and we're up. Then we're on the roof. But you are currently on the roof. There's probably a guard who sighs softly in relief. And Fen, real quick, this panther just vibing?
I would have liked to have told him to follow when I threw him to the ground.
That's fine. That actually works off better for other guard who will then it's running next to a panther that's like making its way ahead. He's like, okay, whatever you say. Seems to be following. This other guard kind of stops next to the house as this bird slams into it. You both are on the roof. What's up?
So I think Nyx is gonna get out of her bird form for a moment. Just kind of shuck Fen off.
Like, kind of like
You're just gonna shoulder
dodge
bump him
roll
off as you
off
land
from
on
under
the roof.
Fen. Yeet.
How close is Rufio to us?
Panther Rufio.
I mean, give him like a hot second and he'll be to you guys. You can do something
All
before
right.
if you want to, but he's fast.
All right. As soon as he gets to us, I'm gonna give him the arrow that Nyx has, or let him smell the arrow and tell him, track this scent.
So you're jumping off the roof.
I would hope a panther could get on a roof. But,
I'm just figuring out what you're doing. Is it panther on the roof or you on the ground?
I hope the panther comes on the roof.
This panther scampers up, tearing tiles off this fucking roof.
Oh, good God.
Hey, there's a big panther, and there's a guard who gets there and he's breathing heavy, and the second guard, just slightly behind. Excuse me, If you could just hold on for one moment, I feel like we could just figure this out and you could not get in trouble. As this
We,
guard's trying to keep up. Let's talk and return to the group, shall we?
we're trying to catch her. We're trying to help you.
I can't know that for certain. You have to come down and talk to us. And this guy's just like standing looking up at the roof now. The other guy breathing really hard.
Rufio, don't hurt them.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over to the edge of the roof closest to the last spot I saw a trace of her and cast fairy fire, just in case.
You're like, and there's like a flash of sparkle, but it doesn't catch anything.
What do you want to do next?
I don't trust them to find anything.
I don't trust them with anything. We've been here before. This town reeks of Bosch.
Right. I can transform again and get us far away, and we can try to scry her and see if we recognize the area she's in.
It's a little difficult to get your side of the story if you aren't present, you understand?
We can't leave the others.
I can.
I'll go back. You follow him. And I'll
All right.
give Nyx the bag of tricks and do what she says, Rufio. And Fen will jump down and take these guards' attention off Nyx while she does what she's got to do.
Yeah, okay. Nyx, what are you doing?
Let's see.
Look at me. Don't look at what's happening here. It's a mystery. What are you doing, Nyx?
You know, is gaseous form a visible thing? Like, would they see me floating?
They would
Okay.
see like a little kind of a wisp of smoke starting to make its way away.
And if I use the invisibility Roshan put in the ring and then transformed and left?
Then you, I suppose, would be an invisible creature.
Beautiful. I think that's what we're doing.
Okay. Ma'am, if you could. You hear him just sigh softly as you turn invisible. This is going to be more than I was really hoping for today. What do you turn into?
I'll go back to my giant bird. It's fast.
There's a panther who's like gonna do its best to find you, Nyx. It's going to
I think
do its damnedest.
it was supposed to go after the
Yeah, I wonder-
scent. It's not supposed
Going
to
after
follow
the
me.
scent of the.
You said
of
do
the-
what she says.
Yeah.
That was your last
Okay.
command to the panther.
Well, it's not going to know what I say to do anymore. That's
Yeah,
fine.
so this panther is going to try to stay with Nyx. That's going to be its goal right now.
Okay.
It's going to do its damnedest.
It's fine.
You gotta be careful with your command wording.
Ah.
I'm not used to having an
Well.
animal that actually does what it's told.
You know, if they're magic, they usually listen.
That's true.
Unlike Ginny.
There's you can see now that one of the guards looks a bit more kind of put together, more experienced, and the other one kind of mirrors the guard that you left behind, a bit younger, less experienced. More experienced one kind of looks to you. Lead the way, sir. I'm not going to pursue an invisible entity twice. Onwards.
And Fen will make his way back to the group.
All right. These guards will pursue, and you can hear the more experienced guard talking to the other. Very good. I'm proud of you. Good job. Giving words of encouragement. Meanwhile, Roshan and Keld, we go to the alleyway. Keld, you're in the process of kind of slowing down a bit as you're the last one to arrive on the scene. and kind of seems like taking a bit of stock before deciding what to do. You watch Roshan punch this wall. And Roshan, it is there's a sharp pain in your hand, and then just like a pulsing of pain as you punch a solid wood wall. Um, and it is this kind of pulsing of pain and the rush of blood in your ears that kind of drowns out the world around you. But something cuts through that sound immediately. It is a low growl, like a rumble, that starts low and then rises high in octave and then seems to fluctuate slowly. But this growl cuts through, and you can hear it behind you.
Um. Huh.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Usually the sounds come from within my own head, not from behind me.
This is strange.
Uh,
This is a development.
It's
I.
not Keld growling.
So Roshan is
Sounds like
still hasted for, I don't know,
A while.
a couple seconds, probably. Um, and so he punches the wall over and over, and then I suppose he stops and turns to look behind him.
As you turn to look, you can see the shadow behind you, but on the opposite wall. Its body pressed up against the side. It seems to be needing to support itself against the wall, and it's slumped forward, um, almost looking quadrupedal in nature. The amount that it is slumped forward, the way the body arches and the back sticks up, and the way the body shimmers, it's just almost like protrusions from the back, just the way the shadows move around it. And the arms hang limp in front of it. Well, what's left of the arms, actually. You can see that the shadow's arms taper off at the elbows, and from the elbows, shadows drip and wisp around it. But there are no arms to be seen in front of it. The eyes golden, but they flicker and out, in and out. A broken light or lightning bug in summer. What do you do? That low rumble is coming from the shadow.
Well, interesting. Neat. Wow. I love that.
Oh, this is for
Um,
you. This is your gift.
Merry Christmas.
Enjoy.
Roshan is really enjoying it right now. I would say
Living the dream.
Roshan holds the hand that was hurting and lets a throb of pain clarify his thoughts and moves toward the shadow. But probably around the same time his haste drops and he's stunned for 6 seconds.
Okay. You could say something if you'd like, but you feel your body, a wave of exhaustion, come through and you stop. Or do you just watch?
I think his intent was to comfort the shadow with incorporeal touch or nice back
There.
pats. So he stays silent.
You stare at the shadow, who seems to be like. You watch the remainder of its arms, they almost look like they're shaking. It looks like it's in pain. This is the first time you've seen the shadow experience like physical pain, if that's what you're looking at. And the shadow, like, its head, like, kind of snaps upwards to look at you, and then there's like the ricochet of shadow as it like extends back and then comes forward again a couple times. Just shadows moving and bouncing. It seems to be unable to hold itself into one spot. I can't follow you there. and it like holds its arms outwards. And the parts that are missing, you realize were the ones plunged into the earth after you. I can't follow you. And there's a gasp, and it echoes around you, and it actually adds to your stun. You can feel it lock in your spine as you stare at the shadow in this moment. And the shadow looks to you. To anguish. And the echoes, the sound of the ocean encompassing the space. And a low grumble, almost like laughter, mixes into the sounds of crashing waves. And then, as if coming up for air, the shadow pulls itself back and sort of hits into the wall. I need rest. And you watch the shadow vanish before you. Roshan, you currently do not have access to any of your abilities or feats granted you by warlock powers. You do not have your spells or spell slots from warlock powers. And you currently do not have access to Radiant Soul. You feel dim.
Cool. Yeah.
Keld,
Great.
Keld, you watch Roshan punch this wall a few times and then turn around, approach nothing, and then stand there until it seems like he's like his body relaxes. And you
That's
see
some
now
synth
kind of the
behavior.
first person to like look at this man in the eyes, not Roshan, this man who's been in the alleyway the whole damn time. There's just a dude holding some bags and he's like, what the fuck? He's just holding like a handful of bags, like, what? Keld, what would you like to do?
um, so I had no visuals on whatever Rashawn was looking at.
Yeah, you could see he was looking at something, but you didn't see it.
I think I'm going to approach Rashawn,
Yep.
but having learned better than I won't put my hand on him, but I'll stand close just to check in.
I don't know who I'm allowed to touch in this party anymore. Am I
Rashawn,
allowed to touch on the shoulder in this party? I need to make a list. You make your way forward and kind of you open your mouth to even think of something to say. And a voice cuts through for everyone. Let's cut back to the main alley, shall we? This is where Nana and the guard are. This very young guard who seems to be doing his best. Um, as you kind of as he seems to be like, could everybody please come? And he seems overwhelmed. And Nana, what would you like to say? You could say something real quick.
I would love to just go over to him and kind of like gently take him by the shoulders and say, I want to tell you, I really appreciate everything you're
Please
doing.
don't touch me. Thank you.
I apologize. Very good. Sorry. I wanted to say thank you very much for proving me not crazy. I'm not the only one who can't get them to do a damn thing I say, so. Sorry, but also thank you. I will do everything I can to be of some help, and I'm sure they'll make their way back sooner or later unless this assailant turns up. But do you mind if I look in on my friend? She attacked him, please. Is that all right?
If you could please, you watch as multiple guards turn into the alley. Um, you can see four very young-looking individuals, similar to this guard you're speaking to now. It seems that a group of people who are new to the job,
Oh, good.
and another person who stands out starkly.
Okay.
Uh, the person looks like they're about in their 40s. Um, their body is solid and sort of stocky like a dwarf's, but they stand at about 5'8". Long, thick brown hair, kind of loose behind kind of pushed back behind the ears, melding in and sort of blending with sideburns that are long, and you can see a bit of stubble on the chin and the upper lip, and a bit of gray sort of peppering over each kind of bit of hair on their face. Um, their clothes are a rich purple. It's very similar to the Jarlsmen of the area. These look very nicely made, if not a bit worn, with a brooch at the center in the shape of an eye, the center being a purple gem. Um, you can see sheathed on their back is a long, heavy, slightly ornate axe. And this person, just the energy of them alone sort of engulfs the rest of the guards behind them as if no one else is there. This person takes center and focus as they make their way into the alley. It is an energy of confidence and power. And you see that the young guard who was with you looked back to see the guards entering and looks back at you, gone pale, and leans in. Please cooperate for all of our sakes.
Great.
And that's when all of you hear,
Mm.
all parties, and all parties just cuts through the air like a knife. Come where I can see your smiling faces. Let's not waste each other's time. And the voice reverberates through the space. What does everyone do? Everyone who can hear it. Fen, you're currently not in this space yet, and Nyx is certainly not in this space.
I think Roshan from around the corner has gone white as a sheet, and not just because of blood loss, and he immediately gains some composure and turns to Kel, taps him on the shoulder, and then walks back into the alley. Or, I don't know, elbow. Kel's pretty tall.
So are you heading to where everybody is going? Into
Yeah,
that
to
alley?
where
Everyone
Purple
is.
Big Man wanted us to go.
Mm.
Um, you watch as the person with the bags follows you because they are a person in the alley and goes over because they were told
All
to.
right, I
Um,
guess.
as the team starts to gather up,
Nana
she
would
walks
like
over.
to check
I'm
in
sorry,
on.
they.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Um,
Just Nana wanted to check in on Roshan while we go. That's it.
um, I mean, you could like turn towards Roshan and try to like have a conversation, but you watch as this person walks over and stands next to the guard who has gone a bit pale, and they speak softly. How many? Um, six. Two ran off. One big bird. Mm. And anything else? I I think one of them's cloaking themselves. I don't know. And they nod. And this person looks up. Brown eyes kind of scan the group. Hey there. Lucky Deo's doing some training around here with the lashes. And they point over their shoulder to the group of younger guards who seem to try and position themselves in like optimal spots in their mind.
Cute.
Lucky Day. Now, here's the thing. And they kind of straighten up and step a bit ahead of the guard next to them. I'm Chief's Eye Clove Kid. Now, I'm one of the Chief's face, so lucky for you. I am his sight overlooking the city, and I would love to know your names. Let's move with some speed, shall we? Do you all give this person your name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Takes a moment. See, now, I want to help. And to get to, and for all of you to get to spend the rest of your day as you would like to. And I spend the rest of my day as I would like to without us coming together any further than this alleyway, if need be. Right? So, here's what we're going to do. I advise you move with speed while speaking to me. You are straightforward, honest as need be, and be as concise as possible. What happened here today on this usually very normal, boring street, which is why I picked it for some training?
Roshan will step forward and address him and say, we were attempting to confront a member of a cult who was responsible for the destruction of Noansict. She
I'm going to stop you real quick. Sorry. How about I rephrase? What happened here? And avoid politics if you can.
Sure. I confronted her. She stabbed me in the neck with what I assume must have been a poisoned dagger. My friend healed me, and we gave chase, where we were found by your guard, who. And Roshan will look at him, and he doesn't want to rat him out, but we ran into your guard, who stopped us all, and unfortunately, she slipped away unnoticed under probably magic.
And the other one that slipped away.
Roshan will take stock of the people here and say, was probably giving chase as well.
And what do you mean by confront?
I was hoping to get more information out of her. In Noansict, they filled holes outside of town with fish.
Yeah. This street.
We found information that she frequented this bakery.
So you stopped her here? Just yes or no?
No.
So you happened to bump into each other, or you set up shop?
I set up shop hoping that she would come.
Interesting. Could I see your injury? I see you are wearing a lovely second shade of red, but do you have injury to show?
Roshan will bare the upper part of his neck, and say, my friend is... What?
It's perfectly healed, but you do show it.
My friend is an incredibly proficient healer, and there's nothing left to see, I'm sure. But I assure you all this blood is mine.
We could all testify to that happening.
Well, it'd be weird if you ratted out your friends, right?
Well, naturally.
That'd be a weird choice. In my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. What about the eagle?
A friend.
Oh, so two of yours ran off, and one of yours did not. So three runners. She looks to the guard. 3. And he kind of like nods like, uh-huh.
Oh boy.
Interesting. Fen, the guard you're with, does a quick, concise few whistles as you enter the alley, and Clove Kid looks back. Well, that's one. What happened to the other one? And the other one? And she like they put a hand out and like kind of hit it on the other guard's back. You did great.
My God.
Well, I was able to get this one. The other one disappeared and ran off. There's also a panther That's my experience with the current setup. If you join your companions in the line, I'd be appreciative.
Yeah,
This is great.
Fen will take his spot over by the party, but slightly out of line, just like not in a line, just like he's following direction, but not to the letter.
Clove Kid does not seem bothered. You watch the kind of man behind, kind of like he just like pulls at the skin on his face and like, and just takes a breath and then composes himself. I'm tired. Um, you watch as Clove Kid turns and then makes their way down the row and then takes that step inwards so that you would have been at the same distance that the rest of them were while they were talking to them. Oof, fucking it up today, boys.
Mm.
They look at you and big, a smile that does not convey kindness, but it's a very neutral smile, but one nonetheless. All right. Real quick, as I told everybody else, I just want the information that happened on this street. I don't want the politics, and I only can really prove things that happened in my city. Nobody else speak? Could you tell me what happened, sir?
Uh, an asshole named Gunhild stabbed our friend in the neck. We gave
Mhm.
chase, and the street ends here. So everything that happened after that is outside of your interest. Is that correct?
Seems so. Thank you. They turn and look at the other guard. Find anything? There was a spot with blood. After that, I couldn't see anything. Oh, fuck us. Uh, they make their way back to more of a central spot. I've been taking up a lot of your time. I apologize for that. Just gonna be a little longer if that's okay. Turns their focus to the man with the bags. Hello, sir. Um, um, hey, I don't know anybody here. Oh, it's fine. Don't you worry about it. Can you tell me what you saw? Um, the man swallows and nods and he like puts the bags down. And your name? Oh, I'm Dalton. Um, I was out for a delivery. Um, as I was walking, I heard a strange sound, kind of like a puff or like a kind of like a flash. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I'd never heard it really before. Um, and then I heard very loud, pretty catchy music, and then I heard a man yell "help" or something, and I'll kill this bitch or something like that, or I'll kill him. I don't know. It was like there was the song, and then I saw a woman run into view, and she had an arrow in her side, and she was running away. And then I saw another woman jump from the roof, and he is pointing at people as he speaks. So points to Nana. I saw another woman. She threw stuff at her and then tried to jump on her, but missed. And then the fleeing woman just kind of pushed her away and didn't have any weapons out or anything, just ran. Um, and then I heard somebody yell something about being a fucking coward or something. I don't know. There was a lot of people yelling. Um, and then she ran over to the guard and said that she was being mugged, and I couldn't see her after that. And everybody was really fast. Everybody was so fast. Um, but those are the things I saw. Thank you, Dalton. That's an interesting perspective, isn't it, team? You may rebuttal.
Just want to point out, Fen does have a crossbow quarrel in him at the moment. If
That's
that
fine.
adds anything. Okay.
Uh, what do we need to rebuttal? This man saw the second half of the altercation after I had gotten stabbed.
Interesting. Where is the other member of your party? It seems our eagle friend is a person and then gone. Not interested in cooperating, which I find disheartening.
I'm not sure that she can understand instruction as an eagle.
Um, she was a person at one point, I can assure you. It seems she was a person at one point, which. Does she know common? I'm almost certain she knows common. They were whispering to each other on the roof. It seems she knows common.
I've never seen her turn into an eagle before this.
Deception.
What's that?
I'm tempted with deception. I don't think you've seen her turn into an eagle.
No,
have
I
not
don't
seen her
think we
turn into an
have.
eagle.
We've seen her
I'm
turn
not gonna
into a
make you
dire
roll,
wolf,
but it's
and
it
Skinning her teeth.
borders. It borders. I'm not gonna make everybody roll on that one, but
Do
Clove
eagles
Kid
speak
looks
common?
over the group. Pardon?
Do eagles speak common?
Well, it depends. Depends who is piloting the eagle, and it seems a person, so I'm guessing your friend is some type of druid or maybe a wizard who can change their body shape.
Keld's gonna step forward a little. Sir, yes, that was my sister. She's very emotional. She can be a bit irrational.
impulsive.
That's the word.
Dedicated.
So-
Dedicated.
Stubborn is what I like to call it, but I don't think she's gonna get very far, so I'm sure she'll be back to us soon enough.
I think that's great news. I'd love to have the whole team back together, you know. Love to see all of the smiling faces. You all aren't from here, are you?
Just passing through.
And passing through with a bang, might I add. Blink, do you mind? Once again, I hate taking up your time because that takes up my time. But I'm just going to have a quick jog through the alley, and I'll be right back. Please stay with my friends here. Don't cause them any trouble. They're just learning. Not Blink. Blink knows what he's doing. Okay, I'll be right back. You watch Clove Kid sort of like roll their shoulders back. Early morning, Blink, early morning. And begins to, at like a quickened pace, make their way around the corner back towards the bakery. Blink sort of moves forward. He was the man who was communicating most with you, Fen, when you were talking to the two guards, and sort of takes up a seat. So, been cold lately.
Very cold. Snow's
Indeed.
been hard.
Does anyone need any healing of any sort? I'd hate to prevent somebody from healing if need be.
No, I think
I'll
I
be
was
fine.
taken care
Thank
of.
you.
My
See,
injuries
are
don't
they always like
matter
this?
much.
What do you mean?
Oh, just about the most intense person that I've ever met.
I don't think I've ever loved a person more. And my mother was quite the intense woman. But they give you a love of the job, don't they? That's what we're instilling in the lashes. That probably doesn't make too much sense. Nickname, we call those who work with the eye, the lashes.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
That's
Clever.
what we thought.
Very on theme.
It's really, on theme. Branding.
Thought it had something to do with corporal punishment, and I was a bit concerned, but that's much
No,
better.
no. Well, I mean, if you do want an idea of how we handle things, sometimes there is
Oh no.
the city border. I'm sure you saw it.
Hmm.
Yep,
Yeah, we don't.
definitely.
The description of the things around the city border, though.
Oh, yes, nasty, corrupted beasties.
Not any of us.
No, those were. And I haven't seen any in the city since, which. Not a scientist, but
Hmm.
working for me currently.
Do you have any lids?
See, a lot of
We got
things
the
were brought
eye, we
up. A
got
lot of things were brought
lashes.
up in the naming department. You hear a voice from kind of the other side of the building. Are you on the roof? The eye would like to know if you were all on the roof at one point.
I was, yes.
Seen somewhere on the roof. Thank you. And the voice kind of dies back down again. Big
Oh
sting operation.
gosh, I hope the eye brings back your uneaten pastries from the morning.
Yes.
Still holding them.
Man, that would be nice.
So, this seems like a big thing you all put together for one person.
We were trying to gather information from her. Hope we're hoping that she would lead us toward something nefarious, but apparently she saw through our ruse and decided to cut and run. And she's
See,
good at
now,
running.
that's what we're picking up on. Now, listen, this isn't my favorite line of questioning. I hate, feel awful. Looks back at the lashes, feel awful. Kind of like leans in closer to you, Roshan. Do you think you deserved it at all? I'm just asking.
That's a tough question.
Mm,
Does anyone
uh-huh.
deserve anything they get from evil people? Or those who abet
Hmm.
evil people?
Did you deserve it?
No, I don't think so.
Do you think you did anything to incite it, or was it just she began to just stab at you?
I believe she thought I was lying to her.
Hmm. Were you?
Yes.
That isn't very polite.
mean,
Not illegal, but not very polite. Hmm.
It was not polite of me. You're correct. I
No.
agree.
Clove kid, how are you doing? There's no response. Busy. Once again, I'll reiterate, we hate taking up your time, truly. We were trying to train the lashes around here because the last time there was an incident around here, I don't know if any of the lashes were alive. So it
Hmm.
was kind of a good spot in our opinion. But
I
mm.
did notice all of your lashes are quite young. Is this a new concept or is just the newest batch?
newest batch, they're doing their damnedest, and we are very proud of you, little lash. You were able to stop 90% of these people who I think could have killed you instantly. Very impressed. Uh,
We
this
would
guard
not
is
have
pale.
wanted to. We would not have wanted to.
But if you could have, you could tell
Oh,
by looking at
absolutely.
someone.
If we
I.
wanted to.
Of
Fen,
course,
that's not something you say.
If
I
we
mean, it's
wanted
true.
to, I just said clearly we didn't want to.
All right,
Clearly,
okay.
because he's alive. Look at him, breathing. I would have hated to have to tell his mother about that. Lucky day for me.
So would I.
Uh,
We wouldn't want to kill him.
No, no.
Why would anyone want to harm him?
who knows? Seems everyone let him go, which is, lucky you, and like hits him hard on the back. Lucky day indeed. Um, and you can hear the sound of crunching footsteps as Clove Kid makes their way back into view. Quite the scene, everyone. Quite the scene. Um, hmm. Lashes back up. And you watch the lashes sort of like look at each other and begin to back up a bit. Oh, go on. Keep walking. Blink, are you going to be a pain in the ass? I don't think I'm a pain in the ass at all, so I think I will stay right here. That's fine. They get comfortable again back in front of you, sort of like a wide stance. Now, here's the thing. I'm going fully based on your descriptions because part of the party's not here to say their side, which, really a thorn in my side, and it seems thorns in many a people's side today. I'm not one for politics, but I am one for a peaceful, uninterrupted stroll in the city. I don't need particular people in my town. But finding an invisible person is not easy. Not easy for anyone. What was your next move?
I had cast Hunter's Mark on her. My intent was to pursue and see what I could find of her.
Well, I'm glad you all stopped.
What
Taking
was
I
our
think
new move?
everyone's.
What was our next move, or what is our next move?
I'd like to know what your next move is, and I'm going to add on a little bit at the end here. If you tell me the truth, that's the only way I can assist.
My
I
intention was to find her based on the trail that she left, whether it was blood that my companion's blood dripping off of her blade, uh, or disturbances in the dusting of snow, and then use these bowlers to restrain her and bring her back here for your guard.
Hmm. So you all weren't going to kill her then?
I was not going to kill her.
The rest of you?
it's a
Don't
complicated
don't
question.
don't be quiet now. Speak up.
The the answer is we were hoping to use her to find nefarious things that she was doing in the woods.
Up. Were you going to kill this person? Yes or no?
No.
It was not our intention to draw blood in your town, nor is it now.
Look at you speaking around the thing, blah, blah, blah. Um, I'd like to know if you had gotten your hands on this person who you all seem to dislike, who seems to do bad things. It was just give them a stern talking to and, get some information and have them go off on their way. Was that the plan?
I told my friends last night that the plan was malleable. I wanted them to follow me out into the woods. And if she didn't come back from the woods, that was an option. But it was also an option that I didn't walk out of this alleyway. So we had to improvise.
Hmm. Here's the thing. I'm just going to keep adding little bits on because, once again, I don't need criminals in my town, especially around the bakery. I like it here. If the eye participates with working with new citizens on making some sort of arrest, that can be done. We're not killing anyone today. As you can see, we're all practicing restraint, no
Absolutely.
weapons drawn and pointed at you, and we solved the situation quite nicely. But if you want my help, you tell me how we get in contact, how you get in contact if she would be interested in speaking, and if you can get her to confess, give us something to work with, the law can do something.
We'd be grateful for any of your resources that you could provide. Infernal gesture at the line of cadets behind him.
What I can
Blushes.
offer is bodies, but only once I know for certain a crime has been committed to the way you are stating it, or honestly, if you can get them to commit or say they committed any crime that is legal, uh, we could jump in, but we'd need to be informed, kept in the loop. You understand?
I think the intent now is to apprehend her. We have a limited amount of magical resources at our behest, and it might take a day, but we'd like to find her and bring her justice for what she's done.
In this town, justice is going to be steel upon the wrists. For now. I can't say it won't escalate afterwards, after fair trial and all. But here's the thing. I can't really keep you here any longer. So, this is what I request. I just want everything out on our neat little dinner table as new-found friends. I would like to apprehend this person. I cannot do so without proof, and word from the horse's mouth is always best. If you find a place where you are meeting up, I can have people there to listen in, and once nail in the coffin, we take it from there. What if I were to find out that there were some killings happening in the city? See, that would change this story a bit for me. So I would love to get through this with no death.
I would love it. And I know you said you don't care politics or rumors or any of that, but we saw what happened at Norton. The pikes
We have
outside of your wall won't protect you from that.
we have firsthand experience. It's not just rumors.
Well, then hopefully you are able to catch this person, and then I can have a conversation with them in a secure location. But currently, Chief Kellen is not going to just accept willy-nilly killing in the town just because some people that we don't know said something. You understand.
Of
Understand?
course.
We're in agreement.
Good. So I think we can part ways, and you all watch as somebody like kind of peeks their head into the alleyway. Nix and Kel, do you recognize this person as the woman who is cooking in the bakery? Kind of has poked their head around. Um, and you watch Clove Kid look back. Oh, and there's just a long moment of them looking at each other. Um, Allie, um, Gemma, is everything okay? Right as rain. Um, you should head inside until we're positive the area is safe. Right. Okay. Um, can Dalton bring in the bags? Yes. Dalton, get out of here. And Dalton's like, okay, and begins to take his bags, and you watch as Allie and Clove Kid stare at each other for a moment longer, and then Allie kind of slips back around the corner.
Can I insight that?
You don't
Yeah,
even have
please.
to.
Oh, hell yeah.
You don't have
Oh,
to.
no
They're
check
awkward as shit.
required.
No check required.
Oh, mwah, mwah.
Well,
My
Clove Kid turns
crocs are
back around
watered.
immediately. Bye-bye. Keep me posted. Can you? And they kind of bop their head a few times.
We will try.
Yeah.
Where can we find one of your lashes at all times?
Should we have a tip or what have you?
Currently, they will be surrounding me like ducklings. But if you're looking for
Adorable.
older lashes, usually if you head towards the temple, I have a lot set up there currently. I should have had more. We got a bit lax. That's my bad. Won't happen again.
Are the more experienced ones called liners or shadows?
Now, see, we spoke of that in the blink in the back. You all have a nice day.
Bye.
Please get in contact with me so we can solve this justly. And I will tell you, the people of this city, and if not, myself, I will see justice done. You have a good day.
Alrighty.
and then motions for you all to leave. Like stands their
Alright,
ground
yep.
and just kind of waits for you guys to leave.
Whoop, whoop, whoop a
Let's
doop.
mosey.
Yep.
Um, you all begin to make your way away, and I'd like to go back to Nyx. What are you doing?
I don't care about this panther. I'm gonna go to Embers.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Not
You
gonna
begin to
try to
fly your way
contact.
to Embers.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can get there so fast. Streets mean nothing to you.
Pew!
It's like 160 feet if I'm rushing
Yeah,
every
no,
6 seconds.
you can get there pretty quickly. What do you want to do?
She'll do the smart thing and get out of the shape, like in an alley.
Eagle busts in through the door.
Not walk in the door as an eagle.
Giant eagle in a china shop? Yeah.
Yeah. Probably still be invisible when she goes in because she's not used to being invisible.
You walk
And
inside, and as you walk in, like the door opens and closes, and you can see your hand begin to shimmer. You're not visible, but you are currently shimmering.
that's fun.
Hello?
She's just like waving her hands shiny. Hi. Sorry. Oh, I'm invisible. She'll take the invisible off.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
Right. Things went really bad at the bakery, and I didn't know where else to go. I don't have the room keys, and
Uh-huh.
Holy shit.
Would you like a drink?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
My god!
Ember goes into the back and like sets
Hell
up
yeah.
a couple drinks.
Hell yeah.
She's
So
gonna
it went
follow her.
bad, huh? Went real bad.
Yeah. Roshan, I don't know if you remember everyone's name. He almost, well, he did die, but we brought him back.
Uh-huh.
And the person that you're working with and slash not working with got away. She's invisible somewhere, and I don't know if you have a way to help me find her. I have an idea, but I don't know if it'll work. It only sometimes works. I can scry on her. I have this broken arrow with her blood on it, so that'll help, but it's not guaranteed.
You know, could be worth the shot, and I believe in you. Takes a sip.
You're right. You're right. She's just gonna pull her pot out and fill it with water, using shape water, and start trying to scry on Gunhild in the back of this shop.
I ain't no bard.
You feel a hand touch your shoulder as she kind of leans forward, and there is a bit of courage that enters and kind of fills the space there as you dip your face into the bowl. And that is where we are going to take our break for today.
I love
Thank you
it.
so much for being here. We really appreciate it. We're going to take a 10-minute break, so go get a snack and a drink, and we'll see how well this scry works. See you guys in 10 minutes.
Thank you, 10.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Blah, blah,
Hey,
blah,
welcome
blah,
back
blah.
to today's talk for episode 113 of On the Backs of Gods. We just took our 10-minute break. The party just had I think, lovely encounter with the local constabulary, um, who seems to not enjoy the presence of criminals in their city and says they would like to be included. You know, squish the words down into just very quick flashback. Um, if you are going to do something, they want to be included so that justice can be enacted. If they find out a bunch of murder happened in their city, they're not going to be too happy about it.
What
But
about
they
just a
can't hold
little
you
bit
any
of
longer.
murder?
So you are sent on your way. Nyx, not part of any of that, unsure of where to go or what to do, goes to Ember's place, the magic shop, and decides to scry on our dear friend Gunhild.
Mm-hmm.
You know the person. You've seen them.
Yep.
You have an object.
I have blood, which is a -10 for her.
There's no
Mm.
point. It's a very nice roll. Uh, Eagle could never. Uh,
Eagle couldn't save anyway.
Eagle can never save, even though he adds 10,000 to his roll.
Mm-hmm.
You lean forward and place your face into this bowl, and you begin to make your way up the river through the rapids. And you're in the snow. You're outside. And this is the strangest setup you've seen for scrying, because you are not looking at a person. You are looking at a wall, and you are looking at the snow, and you're just sort of angled towards this wall. And you can see that there is sick on the ground in the snow. And you can hear the sound of coughing, the sound of somebody spitting. And you hear Gunhild's voice whisper sharply into this space where you can't see her. She's still invisible. What do I do? What do I do? She ruined us. She fucking ruined us. Keep moving. And you hear like a kind of a choked dry heave. You're fine. Focus. Focus. Don't stop. You don't stop. And your vision turns quickly as you look at snow and wall and the occasional person who happens to walk by. You see like the step of a foot or the soft sounds of people talking and then fading, and then lighter spots and darker spots. There's at one point where you think she has made her way onto a roof and then back down into an alley and around. She is moving quickly and constantly. She seems to be doing this for an extended period of time. Is there anything you wanted to do in this 10 minutes?
Gosh. Am I able to see like any kinds of signs like that she's passing or recognize anything that she's passing? Because I also was just flying over all of this.
Yeah. It is
So-
incredibly difficult because it
Mhm.
is very much focused in on this person. So to get a landmark would be very, very hard, but you're welcome to roll perception.
I will. All right, die. You've rolled 2 20s. Let's try for a third.
Mm.
That's not a 20, but it's a 17 plus. That puts it at 25 with my +8.
25.
Yeah.
You're able to take up that she's probably moving vaguely eastward. The sun is all you are able to use.
Okay.
And then your 10 minutes are up. And you don't know if that continues to be the case. But she was moving towards the rising sun.
Damn it.
How did it go?
She's moving east, but that's really all I could tell.
Hmm.
She's still invisible.
Hard to be on a team because I would love to get paid. You know. But I'm here to support whoever happens to be in my space at the time.
Mm. I understand. Gosh, I don't know this town really well. What's east? Just trying to figure out from inside what direction that even is.
I mean, that's away from the temple.
Okay.
So, not hanging out at the fancy taverns and inns and what have you, more than likely.
Okay. I don't know. I've never been invisible. How long does that even last?
I mean, invisibility only lasts so long. I didn't take her as a magical individual, though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm. I don't know. Can I just hang out here for a while and try again maybe when it's worn off? Maybe she'll
Sure, you
stop
can. I mean,
moving.
if you're here to stay for 24 hours,
24.
but only
Oh my god. You think it's gonna
does
be
it reset?
24?
Or is that when you fail? Because I think you can only scry on a person once a day.
That's only when you fail. Because I
Mhm.
scried on Dagwood twice. Right in a row.
It seems I've already allowed that to happen, so I guess that's the law now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Oh
law.
boy.
It's the law.
Sure. Get comfortable. You want to see what I'm working on?
Yeah, of course.
Um, she leads you to the back. Oh, this is just a side project while I'm taking a bit of a break. And she pulls out a container with the moss that you had given her.
Ooh. I'll look at it.
Now, this is what I'm doing. And begins to talk about how she wants to utilize this moss. Meanwhile, the rest of the party, with a bit of alacrity, is making their way away from the bakery. What are you guys doing?
Nana's kind of like looking over Roshan. She doesn't want to say anything out loud in the street, but like her attention is 90% on Roshan, maybe 10% on where she's going.
And Roshan is walking there.
Yep. Which is convenient for Nana, because if she follows behind him, she will eventually get there.
Where are you guys going?
We should head
I'm
back to the
I'm
room.
I'm thinking towards the tavern, the inn is probably our best bet, because we're going to need to reassemble and maybe like put out a call to Nyx if any of us have spell slots inclined in that direction
Okay.
left.
Um, Easy enough. You all make your way back to the inn. And you can go up to your room and do as you please.
I think that is wise.
I think Roshan will clean the blood off of himself.
I think that's a good idea. Nana
It's a
will
healthy
kind of
thing.
help him out with that, clean that there and set out his clothes so that he can prestidigitate them and such.
Yeah, Fenn's gonna be less subtle and not dance around it like Nana is. Roshan, you all right?
I No, today sucked. It was
Yeah,
bad.
it was. It
And
was.
it's
And we're not putting
like
you in
10
that position
a.m.
ever again.
I'm sorry I ran right past you. I knew Keld would do more help than I could. I'm just happy to still see you.
I do not blame you. I wish only that we had been faster,
Better
that she hadn't
prepared.
been quite as crafty.
What do you think it was? It seemed like you were doing all right.
I think she alluded to a promise that she made by a river with Tate and asked if I, Tate, remembered it. And Tate said yes, and I don't think it was a thing in the first place. I think it was a test. And I failed. It only hurt for like a second though, because Nyx came right in with the good juice.
Yeah, the heels. Right after Kels got you off the dirt.
Speaking of Nyx, where is she? She has Rufio, and we haven't heard from her.
That's what I'm wondering. Guess there's a few options.
Episode 113.5. What Rufio's up to.
Rufio's Big
Wandering
City
the streets.
Adventure! This panther just like prowling around town, startled by every person who walks by. Becomes an instant sensation.
Who has a
Merchandise
solid,
instantly
like,
made.
24 hours or some shit to exist,
God.
so it's good. So either he disappears or somebody murders him. It's
Oh,
really
no.
a toss-up when there's a panther walking around.
Can pull 3 times in a day from the bag too, but I don't have the bag, so
You don't?
I
You gave it
could
back to Nyx
contact
again?
her.
I gave it to Nyx so
Can you?
she could hopefully like exercise some sort of control over him, or like
Oh.
he would be more helpful to her if she needed to like change his form or something. So
I would like that, Roshan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Roshan will call up Nyx like one of the girls and say, "Hey, we're back at the inn. Everyone's
at?"
fine, but the morning sucked. You coming back anytime soon?"
Either 3, whichever.
Bye, Beesh.
ask about Rufio.
Babbies!
That's what's
Oh,
on.
no.
Glad you're okay. I'm with Ember, trying to scry on Gunhild. She is headed eastward. They'll be back later.
Oh
Damn
boy.
it, Nyx.
Oh boy.
I think Roshan just shakes his head and says, "Sounds like Nyx is." Did you say you were with Ember?
I did.
Yeah, it sounds like Nyx is enjoying a cup of tea with Ember, and that sounds like she's keeping an eye on Gunhild's movements through scrying, who
That's
may be headed
fortunate.
east, but she didn't
Okay.
sound super confident.
East
we
within the town,
communicate-
east outside of the town. What? Did she give a landmark or
East.
anything?
Y'all can always come to Embers, it's not that far.
I mean, that is true.
You did say you would be back later.
We don't want to
That's very
miss
true.
you.
We can discuss
Why don't
that.
you let her know at the very least that we're trying to work with the town guard so that we can bring her in together. And that way there's, minimal chance of us running afoul of the town guard, who already knows that most of us were involved in all that nonsense this morning, so...
I could do that for sure, but I would be pretty much tapped of all of my good resources for the day.
Oh...
All right. There's also the small
Well-
issue that we need to let her know not to kill Gunhild if she happens across her.
At least not in
And-
the city walls. Bare minimum.
And
I don't know that Nyx love her. Don't know that she's capable of that alone, and I don't think she's. I think she's smarter than
I think that she could do
Becoming
it if
an
she were
eagle
the
and
giant
pecking
crab.
somebody's eyes
If
out
she were
in
the giant
the
crab,
town
I think
square.
she'd have Gunhild pretty well.
Oh god.
I think she could do it. I think she just have to pick her up and fly really high in the air and drop her.
Anyway,
That could
regardless,
happen.
we should. All right, I don't
So-
think one of us should go separately, but a couple of us ought to go over to Embers and communicate some things directly to Nyx, and she can come back whenever she's ready, just so that she has all the information we have.
I
That sounds like
agree.
a good idea.
Nana, you and I could go. You could take that hat back from Roshan, make yourself look like someone else. I could make myself look like someone else because I have to think from this point forward we're being watched by potentially anyone at all times. And we probably shouldn't let people know that we're working with Ember or that she is a potential ally.
Probably not if the
Wouldn't want
guard
to
has
bring
eyes
any
on us.
attention to her. I don't trust these guards. I don't trust their intentions or what they say. So we could just go for a stroll, retrieve Nyx, and bring her back here.
Oh, either
This is my
retrieve
fault.
Nyx or give her an invitation to return. I feel like she'd respond better to the latter.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us can tell her what to do. She's going to do what she wants. That's obvious.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. At the very least, we can make sure she's caught up with the rest of us and she can decide whether she's ready to come back from Embers right away or if she'll come back in her own sweet time. So,
Hey, darling. A voice immediately, Roshan hits you right in the brain.
oh, well, hey.
Love that.
Love
Hey, darling,
that.
I need you to confirm that you're alive so that we don't have an irrational chief on our hands. Respond immediately, please.
Oh, shit! Fuck!
I think Roshan takes a little bit.
Oh, fucking hell,
and
dude!
says, you can tell the totally rational chief that everything's fine.
Oh, shit.
You do not receive a response.
Ooh.
And then it kind of it dawns on you that your rapier also has the ability to tell Eagle when you die.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Who is that?
Uh,
I think
friend of
I
a friend
know.
checking in.
Mm.
Must be able to tell when something big happens.
Like you dying.
Dying.
Well,
Just
you
went
may
down
be
for a
back.
little bit.
You took a step across the threshold one way or another. We're glad you're back. Very glad, but I don't think it does anything to minimize it, Roshan. That was a lot of risk that you took, and I'm grateful, but I'd rather not risk you that way again, ever.
I think Roshan becomes quiet and contemplative.
Valid.
That's fair.
So
At
are you
any
two gonna
rate.
go check on Nyx?
Yeah. Sooner the
Yeah.
better. If only so that we can make sure she doesn't move on from the spot for whatever reason she deems valid. Let's go. Before I start overthinking this too much. You two stay safe. Obviously, don't feel like you've got to stay here, but rest if you must. Both of you.
Oh, I'm gonna hand a pastry to Ben and Nana.
Hey!
Since I have them.
Oh, Keld. Thank you.
I got enough for everyone.
Thank you, Keld. Fenn's gonna eat his. He didn't have breakfast this morning.
Nana
and
didn't
we
either.
were
Ah!
outside.
Oh no 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 no.
He could. We were outside of bakery a lot of this time, and he could smell the bread, and it was
Yeah, the fresh baking pastry dough, just the butter and the sugar.
Nana and Finn, who do you disguise yourselves as? And you're heading off.
like, oh, Dolph, hero of Arentoft, of course.
Okay.
Nana adopts the
Dolph, hero of Arentoft as well.
no.
We are all Dolph.
That's
We are
Flynn,
all Dolph.
actually.
Flawed,
no,
Flawed,
Nana.
hero of Arentoft.
Oh boy.
Mm.
No. Nana adopts kind of the garb of the average, female shopper on the street. Just either somebody out running errands or shopping for the week's cooking or, just somebody passing by.
Okay. And you two head off. And Keld squares off across the room
From Roshan. Here we go, boy.
As
Gonna
they
love
sit
and tolerate the
quietly,
shit out of you.
as these two people sit quietly together in the space. I'll start with you two. If there's anything you guys wanted to do in the inn.
First, offer pastry to Roshan.
I think Roshan will take it and nibble. And he contemplates something, but then decides not to do something.
Keld sort of glances around Roshan and then just sort of leans a little closer and asks, "What's that with you?"
What a question on what a day. Are Roshan's tattoos still there? I think he'll pull down one of his gloves. They are.
Mm-hmm.
Is this what you mean?
Do I just see tattoos?
Yeah, you just see tattoos on his hand.
No, that's not exactly what I was talking about.
Then what was it you were talking about?
There was somebody, at least it kind of looked like somebody. They seemed very concerned about you too, so...
The truest answer is I don't know.
Huh.
I would like to tell you their motives or where they came from, what they are, but they don't know. I don't know.
Are they related to your tattoos?
At first, I didn't think so, but now I don't know.
Sorry for prying. I just noticed it a few times, so I was wondering if you did too.
A few times, I didn't realize they were so unsubtle. Yeah, we've met on plenty occasions, and they say they want just for me to be the best that I can be, which
That doesn't seem bad.
Did they seem bad to you?
No. Honestly, they just seemed concerned for you.
Yeah. I'm concerned for them too.
I guess we'll have to keep eyes out.
Yeah. Can I? Could you just I don't know, face the other direction? I want to try something.
Mm. All right.
I stabs you in the back.
Sweating.
Just give me a couple minutes. And Roshan, if Kel does indeed turn around, will go to the back of the room and cast silence and try to search for the shadow.
Very quiet in that spell.
Damn, this spell's never that quiet. I think Roshan will sit there trying to feel for the shadow for several minutes of the spell, of the 10-minute spell, and then like attempt to sit cross-legged, meditate, pray to see if that does anything.
You take the time. Incredibly alone.
And I suppose if Keld were to turn around at any moment, because it does just get really quiet in the back of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kel,
I'm
do
a
you
little
stare at the
concerned.
corner for 10 minutes?
I would definitely turn around at some point.
Yeah, I think if you turned around early, you would see Roshan, like, eyes wide, shouting in the silent spell. And if he turned around later, would see him sitting on the floor, eyes closed. And then as the spell ends, I think he looks nervous and unsettled.
I guess
And
Keld will wait.
says, "Hey, he takes a long look at Keld, like, he's trying not to blame Keld for what happened, but he's got some emotions, and I think he ends up saying, I don't know what happened to them. I don't know where they are right now. And that's unsettling."
Well, I guess time will tell.
Yeah. And I think Roshan will pick up his journal and start journaling.
Okay. Two rangers walk down an alleyway. You guys just going? Okay. Nix.
Yeah.
Um, she's showing you, and she's like, "See, the thing is, if you lean, that's not her voice. So it's the one that hurts.
Yeah.
Silly me. That's not
Mm.
her.
Mm.
So if you apply it in this way, it could, And she does like kind of like a viper teeth with her fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh, by the way, it's been like an hour. So if you want to try again."
Well, what else does it do first? She can wait.
Well, see what it does. Do you have a weapon?
Yeah. Do you want? I have. This. She'll hold up the quarterstaff and the sickle. Which one?
That one. She slaps it onto the sickle,
Nice.
and you watch as it sort of kind of expends itself and kind of gets comfortable, taking up a good bit of the sickle near the base. And so if you attack somebody and it hits them, it hurts them more. But the thing is, I would feel better if I showed you. So she reaches for the sickle.
Okay.
I won't hit you. Uh,
She'll hand
but
it over.
uh, she kind of goes over to what looks sort of like a dummy setup that maybe is meant for, building objects around.
Mm.
And she takes a swing at it. And you watch as some of this, like, material from the moss catches onto the fabric of this dummy and sort of like eats a bit away at the frayed edges. But you watch as it also goes the opposite way and hits into Ember's hand. God shit. Um, so it hurts them more, but it also hurts you a little bit. And she like rips it off the sickle and then hands the sickle back to you.
I mean, that's still really cool. While she says that,
Pretty cool.
I put a first level cure healing word into the ring a while ago, so I'm just gonna use that real quick to heal her.
Sure. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll guard the door as you stare at your pot if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, probably should. Should put it
Alright.
back down.
I'll get comfortable. Round two?
Round two.
Round two, boys. Yeah, no. Once again, easily find your way up the rapids. And it's dark. You are in a dark space. Currently don't see any light. You don't see the outline of a body. It is dark and quiet.
Okay. Just wait, see if there's any kind of anything that she can catch on to. Try to look around.
Occasionally you hear breathing, so you at least know you are with her, but not even the hint of a body. Not even a shadow as you feel like your eyes adjust. No visible movement. You think she's still invisible. Occasionally she curses under her breath.
Mm.
Seems to still be upset. At one point there's sort of like that shaky inhale before you cry, but she nips that in the bud. And she breathes deeply for a bit. Okay. What are we doing, Gunhild? What are we doing? We don't need more enemies. God, we don't need any more enemies. I'd rather have these assholes on my back than the guard. Shit. and you kind of hear the sound of what sounds like somebody's head, like, kind of thumping back against, like, maybe a wooden wall, and then a sigh. Maybe if I finish this, I can go. They'd have no reason to look for me after that. And just disappear. Shit. And you hear the sound, it sounds like her kicking something, and then she goes, fuck. And there's like the shuffling of movement, like she is now changing her position. Um, if I ever see Sunny again, I'll fucking kill her. And she begins to move out and pulls back out into the light of day. And you are once again greeted to somebody running through the streets and the alleyways, but for a much shorter amount of time before you are cut off.
Is there any chance I happen to like get a hold of the surroundings before the running when she opened the door?
Where she was when she climbed out.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Yeah. Okay. 24.
You can pick up on, and might not be the most help in the world. She was definitely in some sort of place inside of a cellar or crawl space. So she was invisible in a basement, inside of something else in a basement. And now is on the move again.
Okay.
That's what you're able to pick up on. As you hear the tender jingle of a bell as the door opens at the front. I'm so popular today.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Oh.
Ember,
we're back
Nix?
here.
Oh, should we wait up here?
Don't come back here.
No.
Okay, all right. We'll wait. We just had some information to give to Nix, and you can come back now if you like with us, or you can stay for a while longer, whatever you want.
Where's Rufio?
Oh, I forgot. I'll run out and hand you the bag.
You, huh? There's just... Fen, will you please go find your panther, please? Come back here when you've got him, okay?
Fenn'll take the bag.
In the town. Please.
Panther in the
We'll resolve
town?
this. Fenn's gonna step outside and draw another time from the bag.
That works.
Oh god, it's still a panther, but at least it's here now.
The
That's
Panther's
fine.
here now, boys.
The panther's here now, boys.
Good.
That was
Okay.
very fast of finding the
You
Panther,
found
I have to say.
it was just outside this whole time.
That was
I didn't even notice.
incredible.
They're
Very
very
convenient.
stealthy.
Really
Yep,
didn't think it'd be able
they
to
sure
follow
are.
me while it's invisible, but yeah.
So, good luck on, next time, everyone.
Yeah.
Or you can leave it alone, and either way, she probably has money on her, whether it's from her or from you guys. I'd like it.
Yeah.
Ember, I have to
we'll
ask.
see what we
I
can do.
know.
Ember, I have to ask. You were working on a project for her or her compatriots. When were they meant to come back and check on that progress?
I'm pretty close to done. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll certainly appreciate your help. You seem to be a person who knows how to find things in this town. Is there a jeweler about?
You have to go to a bit of a nicer part of town, but yes.
They might have diamonds there.
Oh.
Perchance.
Well,
Right.
we may well need to make a visit there. We'll see.
Is that all? You just came to ask where there was a jeweler?
Well, on top
No,
of that,
we
I
came
could
to
go
find
back
you,
and have my
honestly.
tea then.
no.
I told you I was here.
Yes. The reason why we came is because, well, Nana does kind of want to bring the volume down. I don't think there's anybody else in the shop besides her and Ember. Is that right?
No, but I'm gonna keep standing by Ember behind the
That
counter.
well, that's fine. Okay,
Don't talk
they're
to me or my girlfriend.
co-shop owners now. Nana isn't going to comment on how perfect it looks, but she does make a mental note. Um, what we wanted to tell you was that we're going to try not to kill her if we can avoid it for now.
Uh-huh.
For now. Mostly
I-
because the guard has most of our faces and where we're
Right.
staying, probably.
Hmm.
And we were told on no uncertain terms that if somebody died within the bounds of the town and it could be traced back to this whole incident that happened this morning, we would be held responsible.
Ouch.
They weren't able to
I
get a bead on your face. No, obviously, because you're not here.
She ducks behind the counter slowly.
Cast
Yeah, no, that
invisibility
makes
again.
Oh, there she goes. I don't know.
Oh, here she is. All right. Hello. Can you hear? Are you back? Can you hear me?
I don't see her at all.
Oh no. I can
see
see
I
her.
have to refresh, so-
I can hear you.
She's refreshed.
I can only see two people. I'm gonna refresh.
She is refreshing.
Fair enough.
I like having her around.
Very refreshing. God,
There's
almighty.
everyone now.
Is that better?
Beautiful.
Yay! Hooray! Good. Excellent.
love-
How far
oh,
did I
yes.
get?
Not here.
I don't know.
Um.
The local
Let's
guard
find
will
her, don't
blame
kill
you
her.
that past that.
Yeah, I know the general
Yeah.
gist of what you're trying to tell me anyway. So yeah.
Yeah. Just getting Nick's caught back up to speed on where we're at and the fact that the guard will know if Gunhild dies in the town.
Right. They'll know if they find her dead in town. Mm-hmm.
My recommendation would be to not seek this out too soon, at least not before coming up with a game plan.
Mm.
Preferably with the whole crew. That would be great.
Yeah, that's fine. But I really don't know if that's a good plan. The last time we let the guards of the town take care of something, it really went well, from what I've heard.
Yeah, no, I know.
Mm-hmm.
We're really trying not to start an incident. Again.
I'm just finding her right now.
Nix,
I
is
know,
there
I
any?
know.
Look into my heart.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to find her the same as you are, and avoid a situation like we saw before. Please, can we help each other? Your brother's worried about you. We know where you are. We knew you were here, but we can't keep communicating in that manner. I'm not going to drag you away from, your friend, Ember here. I can tell you enjoy each other's company, but we would like to see you again at some point this evening, at very least, and we can't let her get far.
I did say I'd come back tonight. Based on what I've seen, she's on the move again right now, and she might come here, and I'd rather be able to cut her off if she does.
That's fair.
That's not bad thinking. Would you rather someone stayed here with you to help?
Or at least so that someone could come and find the rest of us if something should go wrong.
Sure, you could be in her shop up front, or you guys could find a place outside. Hey,
Yeah,
Honestly, for the best. If a combat occurs in here,
no, not a fight.
they will
for
attack
sure.
everybody.
Yeah.
And she points
Oh.
up to the Mephits. Everyone.
Oh, cool.
They have no
Yeah,
alliances except to me. They won't attack
Right.
me. Everybody else
Makes
is up for
sense.
grabs.
I think we're past the point of it, a combat being the ideal solution to any of this. I didn't think it was a great idea in the first place, and now that the town god is involved, I think even less so. Not because I don't think we couldn't slay the town god to a man, but you saw them, they were children. We don't want to kill them. They didn't do anything wrong. This is their fight, but they're not equipped for this fight. We need to take this fight for them.
Right.
We need to resolve this with words, and this is coming from me.
It's certainly saying something.
Then we can all hang out outside.
We need to be able to communicate with
yeah.
Gunhild with assurances of safety, and I hate to say that after seeing her stab Roshan, but if it saves more lives to do so, and it certainly will, then that's what we need to do.
It's fine. I never said I'd kill her in town. Didn't say I'd fight her in the shop. I just would like to speak with her if she does come in.
I think we all
Fair
want
enough.
to speak to her. That's
Plus,
Nix,
there was a lot of stuff back here that, we were looking at, and I really wanted to finish looking at least at what's in the jar.
That's
all right.
fair.
Well,
That's fair. All right.
Okay.
no, grab a bite to eat. That pastry that Keld gave us was delicious, but
The pastries!
really not.
I'm digging in my bag looking for pastries that I had.
Did Keld send us one along for Nyx?
I had some of them.
Probably. She also had some.
Yeah, because we both
Okay.
went in.
I'm not gonna
Keld
roll
probably
insight
figured
for this.
she'd be fine.
I'm not gonna roll insight for this. I think Fen sees what's going on here. She likes baked products, and he'll give a little wink to Nyx and walk out the door and go pet his panther.
Oh my. Nana will leave the shop as well. Only cautioning Nyx, I trust you. If you need
Appreciate
us,
that.
reach out to us, will you?
I don't think I have a way to do that. But, you know where
I
I...
went outside to pet his panther.
Yeah.
I know. No, are you coming? Oh, by the way,
Yes.
Nyx, take this bird.
What?
If you want to find us, she'll fly to me, or to your brother, and no one else in the world.
Definitely to your
Jenny.
brother.
I'm sure Jenny would be able to find Keld in this situation.
100%.
Sure.
Keld,
Keld has
yes.
to sit outside in the snow the whole time so that Jenny could maybe find him.
The funny thing,
Or
I
next
don't
to the
have
open
speak with
window.
animals stocked right now, so that's even better.
That's even better for sure, because you can't hear her being mean.
Yeah. She is rude. Yeah, sure. She doesn't really like me, but...
All right, let's close the door if we're done. It's chilly.
All right, but yep. Sorry. Nana closes the door behind them and leaves Nyx and Ember to their stuff.
So did they think we were like fucking or something? Like that's the energy I was picking up on.
I think so. Like,
Dating.
why did he win?
Dating.
There was
That
like
was a
yeah,
wink,
it was
right?
like, I think so.
Yeah. I'll
Good.
just
mean,
keep
like-
playing it up, Might as well see what they think.
Yep. And honestly, my room is upstairs, so hey, depends how method you are.
I should probably at least see what it looks like so I can tell them.
Oh yeah, let's go. Let me show you to the chambers.
So how far into this ironic meta commentary do they get before the fourth wall comes crashing in?
Oh no.
Sadly, I don't think anybody besides two people here know that.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
They go to the bedroom.
And
End
we'll-
scene. End scene. Eventually, the team is back together except for Nyx. What are you guys doing?
Hmm.
We definitely cannot interrupt Nyx.
What?
I mean, she is spending some of the time scrying on Gunhild and keeping an eye
Oh.
on her movements.
So she was
She's
able to?
sort of. Said that she was on the move again, seemed to still be moving eastward, but was having a hard time pinpointing an exact place. So,
Hmm. Guess that's something.
and she reiterated that she would be back later tonight, so if there's anything else we need to reconvene about, then we can at that point.
Gotcha. Hmm.
Unless you feel it necessary to go and fetch her, but I don't think any of the rest of us would have any luck with that, Kelt.
Well, she said she'd be back, so guess we'll wait a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find your panther?
I got a panther. There's a panther in the room. There's
There
very much panther
100%
in
is
the room
not
with
a
us.
panther in the room. You are
No.
not allowed in the tavern with the panthers.
All right.
Yeah,
I don't. Can I
fine.
dismiss it? Like I
I would say so.
gotta
I
read the
would say
spell
you could
description.
dismiss it.
Okay, I will dismiss it. All
Okay.
right. Thank you.
Yeah,
If you have your
nobody is
fine
letting you
service.
into their tavern with a panther, sadly. Not panther
Okay.
friendly.
This is
Alas.
my emotional support panther.
I have the paperwork and everything. Don't ask to see it.
So, so we're not sure where Gunhild is going. We know that she's on the move. Pretty, pretty certain she's still within the city limits. There's a project that Ember's working on, and she's being rather tight-lipped about it.
Mm.
That presumably is for Gunhild or for her compatriots, and presumably someone should be returning there at some point. It might not be a terrible place to stake out. Um, I don't know.
Hmm.
That's all I can come up with. Anyone else? Bright ideas?
That would be the only way to get some sort of proof or anything useful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that Gunhild would be brash enough to show her face again anytime soon, even to go there, unless it was a last ditch effort. I really don't want to deal with anyone else that she has dealings with. I'd rather just capture her, get our questions from her, and then turn her over.
Mm. Yeah.
Certainly the preference, but I don't know that we'll have enough control of the situation to make sure that that happens.
Right.
I'm not sure either.
All a matter of how long it'll take.
Mm. I
Whatever
mean, if
we
nothing.
do,
Mm.
how do we make sure that we don't have a repeat of this morning?
Well, I do still have that great impenetrable sphere thing that I took off of, oh, Asshat's gods. Gorbjorn peed on
What?
his rug.
Silas.
Yes, that one.
Yeah. He was an asshat.
Mm-hmm. I speak only truth. But, I mean, if nothing else, the sphere should, in theory, allow us to at least catch her, keep her in place long enough for us to be able to restrain her.
Do you know how to work that thing?
I remember saying something at some point during one of our travel logs where I wanted to have Nana look over the thing and try and kind of figure it out. I don't remember how long ago this was, but I do have a vivid memory of mentioning that during one of our travel breaks.
I mean, I'll give you this because I'm pleasant and kind. It's currently off. It is not activated and needs a check to activate it.
Hmm.
So it can be preloaded and then thrown, but somebody
Hmm.
has to be able to turn it back on first.
I see. Well, I don't think I've figured out what that requires. So currently, near as I can tell, it's inert and needs something for it to work again. It can be preset, from what I can tell. Set it to go, and then you throw it, and then it does the thing. But I'm not quite certain exactly what it would need in order for that to happen.
Is there a way to find that information?
I mean,
I think we've asked enough of the man already.
usually I would ask Roshan, but Roshan, I think you need to rest for right now.
I think Roshan during this conversation has kind of been in and out, looking in the middle distance, finding nothing, coming back in, nervous, then looking into the middle distance again.
Oh, buddy.
Hey, bud.
Hey, bud. I think. How is Roshan doing anything to hide that level of distraction?
I don't think so.
Roshan, are you okay? Are you with us?
Uh, yeah, just a shitty morning.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, did you need something?
Well, I was only going to say that under normal circumstances, I would have relied on your arcane expertise to sort of figure out how to get this sphere thing working again, but I think you need to rest.
No, that should be easy, probably.
Well, easier than that puzzle box, certainly.
Which one? The first one or the second one?
Both of them, as it turns out, isn't that right?
He's not got the energy to be salty about it right now.
Understandable. Understandable. Honestly, I'm salty on your behalf, but this, I believe, will be entirely within your wheelhouse.
Roshan will give it a try. He'll try and activate it.
Yeah, Arcana check.
Sweet. 27.
Hell yeah,
100%, okay.
buddy!
It was like DC 10. Like it's not hard.
Hell yeah.
Double activate.
And this is a dexterity saving throw. Anywho,
Okay.
For whom?
as you were.
All right. So I guess it glows, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it looks like.
It's just going to be hard to catch her in it. She's extremely slippery.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that the one chance we had that seemed like it would work best wound up being costly. And I think that it would be best if we try and maybe route her in a certain direction rather than try and lure her in with some kind of bait.
If I can get eyes on her again, there's a chance that I could suggest a course of action that she will need to take.
All right. What do you have in mind? Is there anything that we can do to support your argument?
All we need to do is find her. But I'm not the tracker. And that trail has gone cold, so perhaps Nyx is our only option at this point. And if she's been scrying, and from the scuffle this morning, she's probably, well, close to as tapped as I am. at least of the more powerful stuff. And so I think we should probably just have a good night, he says at noon. And
Yes, it's solidly noon.
It is solid noon, boys.
And to start that, we need a good
Solid
lunch.
noon.
Yes.
So,
and
question for the DM. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Josh. Go ahead.
oh, I think that our best chance would be in the morning after we've rested and refreshed our resources.
That's a fine idea, just provided she doesn't leave town in the meantime. Would you have stayed here?
I can't pretend to know what she's after, but she's cocky, and it depends on what she's most afraid of. If she's more afraid of us, then she would run, but if she's more afraid of her boss, then she's got no choice but to stay.
Well, Roshan, you said she's cocky, and I only observed from across the street, but from what I saw, she looked terrified and desperate. From the start of your interaction to the point where she ran.
I didn't mean that she was cocky in attitude, more she knows what she's capable of. She was able to uh, knock me out and then disappear. She's an extremely capable combatant, and she knows it. She's going to play on those strengths until they no longer help her. And perhaps Nyx has something that could fight against those strengths, or one of you. I don't know. I don't have anything.
I don't know either. Question for the DM. Are we aware of a east gate that leads out of the city or anything like that?
Not really.
Okay.
This city being pretty open because it sits sort of at the wishbone of the split heading southwards. So it is made in a sense of you could enter the city at one point and then meander your way around and probably find your way back to the main road. Might have to squeeze past the occasional pike, but it's a pretty open city. And the pikes are kind of, they're not made in full fences, but they are placed about the place. You could exit this city
Okay,
from
so
near
it's
any.
not a walled. It's not a walled city, which
No,
is what when you. It's what I had pictured when you described the pikes lining the thing. I kind of figured
they're
it
more
was walled. Okay.
they're more decorative.
Okay. No, that's fine. I just clarifying. That's why I
Yeah,
asked.
yeah. They are spooky decoration that seems to keep um, the nasty things at bay, and that certainly has been working for them so far. What are we doing? Are we chilling for the rest of the night? Are we making a plan? Or is planning for the morn?
I think we should plan once all of our resources are here. So after
Hmm.
Nyx
We
gets
need
Nyx
back.
gets
Nyx.
done with her booty call,
Yeah. Real or imagined.
Yeah, Nix, when would you like to head back?
Later in the evening because she's convinced that Gunhild is coming to this shop
Hmm.
based on what she said.
Today?
So, like 10 p.m.?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Um, uh, no sight, which, probably par for the course of Gunhild.
Yeah.
But you don't see her anywhere around. The door doesn't open, nobody comes in. There was a lost person who came in and was like, oh,
Hmm.
sorry, and then like walked out because it seems he did not want to be there. Uh, but nothing catches your eye, and you're welcome to head back to the team.
The project's not going to be ready today, right? It wouldn't be ready until sometime tomorrow at the earliest.
Oh, their fancy project?
Yeah.
Roll persuasion with advantage. Wait, before you roll, take the advantage if they had sex. Do not take the advantage if they did not. You may keep it to yourself.
Got it.
But you roll what you think you must roll.
It's a 17
Okay.
with my -1. So,
Listen, I'm going to be as honest as I can be.
mm,
I'm not making enemies of the fucking guard, I'll tell you that much. But I'm basic. Oh no, oh god, she's got just a puddle and she's
No!
like, no,
No, come
oh
back
god,
to me!
I
Oh
killed her.
God! No,
Obius has
here
the
she
worst
is.
time of breaking on me.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Um, uh, she leans in pretty close. Honestly, she could swing in tomorrow, pick up what she wants. Not saying she will, but she could.
Okay. It's okay if I come by tomorrow then?
This is a place for the people, so my door is always open.
What? That's all I care about.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
See you then. She'll head back to the group.
Yeah.
And leave all the
Comes
pastries
home
there.
around like 10:45.
I think also there's a kind of a strange thing that people notice, and that's that Roshan takes a nice little nap.
Oh, a nappy nap.
Mm-hmm.
A nappy nap.
Weird.
Yeah, Roshan hasn't had any sleep in
Kellen's
months.
probably like falling asleep.
Something like
when
that.
Nyx gets back.
At least weeks.
And yeah, so Roshan's taking a nice little nap, and then looks tired when Nyx comes back. Surprise.
Aw, surprise.
Yeah.
How tired does Nyx look?
Squint.
It's
10:45.
only it's only
Everyone's a bit
11.
tired.
She's fine.
She's young.
Welcome back.
Did you guys stay here all day? That's a choice.
What's
The
wrong with the
judginess.
gruesome chicken?
Nothing if you left the room.
Okay,
We
well,
got
did
some
you
more.
make better decisions?
I would say so.
Okay, well, then what's the plan, Miss Good Decision Maker?
Mm-hmm.
My plan, Gunhild could be at Embers tomorrow to pick up her project. I plan to be there and talk to her.
Good
Do you
plan.
plan on combat?
No,
Can I insight you?
she's not gonna fight in Ember's shop. That'd be rude.
Okay. That was about as low as it could go, and it was a 13.
Well,
Do you, if she doesn't show up, do you have a way of finding her? Any magical means?
she thinks about it. I think so. I didn't prepare for it today because I kind of thought we would just be able to lead her out of town. But
Yeah,
I have a way of tracking people as long as they're close enough by.
Could you perhaps do that while you were a big old eagle again and see if she's still in town tomorrow.
I don't see why she would leave town. But yeah, we could make a sweep of town.
Do you think
But
she's staying in town?
oh yeah, she
Oh, Nana
doesn't plan
mentioned your
to
scribe.
leave. Yeah, she doesn't plan to leave until she finishes what she was here for. She's pretty worried about the guards being her enemy, not as worried about us being her enemy.
The gods or the god?
You know, hard to tell which one she meant.
Hmm.
Because since it's this very similar name. Yeah. She's really mad at Sunny, though.
Mm.
Do
Oh yeah, Sonny's. I've always thought Sonny was an asshole. No? Anybody get that impression from her?
Never met her.
Well, I'm talking to the two that had. I mean, probably the least likable of the group.
Bet.
Sounds like it's Sunny's fault that they are involved in this at all. And she's not happy about it.
Mm.
do
That's a shame.
I know you're running on I don't know, maybe 20 minutes more information.
Yeah, exactly 20 more. She was really
But-
quiet for most of it.
Do you think there's any way we could get her to flip?
There's a chance, but I don't know. I've never spoken to her. But
you might have the chance to.
yeah, that's kind of the hope. She's never met me. And
She wouldn't recognize an eagle, I suppose.
she
Especially
might
if it looks
recognize
like a
the
lady.
same eagle, but
Mm.
I probably actually should not fly around town as the same eagle.
I was thinking that.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe
so
my owl though.
we're in a curious predicament with the eye, the city eye. What's their title? The blinker,
They are the
Chief's,
Chief's
eye.
Eye.
Chief's eye.
They aren't going to trust anything we say. The only way that we will get anywhere is if we have one of the lashes, or I doubt we're going to get the blinker or the eye himself to join us, but they'd like a confession.
That's the
And
tricky bit.
if I get eyes on her, I could ask her to politely tell the guards or the lash all of her sins, and she may be compelled to do it.
Can she fight back against that, Roshan?
Not once she's failed, unless we hurt her or maybe hurt her friends, but she doesn't have a whole lot of those around.
What if we just convince her to do the right thing without magic?
Which
The right thing is far too subjective a thing to rely on in this case. Even if she is
Again,
not firmly in the camp with the guard anymore, what her sense of right or wrong is at this point is anyone's guess.
might be
Again, I just
self-preservation.
observed from across the road, and I'm not the best judge of character or personality or anything like that. And maybe it was the fact that Roshan was appearing as a dead friend of hers, but she looked terrified. She didn't look like she wanted to be in that situation. She didn't look like she wanted to stab Roshan. If we can talk to her and convince her that we can get her out so she doesn't stand justice according to the lashes or the eye or the chief or the ocular of any sort. Uh, just get her out so she can run and have a free start, a fresh start. But she's not beholden to the guard or to the laws of this town. She can just leave. She can leave Sunny. She can leave the memory of Tate and all of that. If she can just get out. She doesn't seem like she wants to be here.
And yet
She
she's
didn't stay
here.
and fight us.
How do you propose we offer her a way out? What is her way out?
I mean, what do you propose we do with her? We catch her and she gets turned over to the town guard. Anyhow, is she going to tell them the truth? You
If I compel
you
her
can try
to,
your magic
hopefully.
on her. You can try your magic on her, but as soon as it wears off, she'll be back spouting something else and claim that she was under the duress of your magic, that you coerced her into saying those things.
I see your point. I don't know that uh, Gemma will want to listen to her more than once.
Again, I don't like any of them. I, I really don't. But when we met them before they came under the God's influence, they seemed like people. They seemed like us. People doing a job. They were fighting off the corruption until they met the God, and they themselves have been corrupted in a different sort of way, it seems. I don't think she wants to be there, and this is me pleading again for her life that I'm not sure if she deserves or not, but just asking that you listen to me.
We are listening,
Rocham,
Fen.
I fully understand what you. I don't fully understand what you went through. I can't imagine what you went through earlier
It's not
today.
that I want to kill her, Fen. We don't have an option. What are our options? How do we get her out of this?
We
I don't
can't
say
offer
we
her
can't bring
a
her before.
safeguard or a place to go.
I don't think that it's impossible. I don't. I'm not suggesting we don't bring her before the Eye to confess her crimes, but maybe if we do so under the agreement that we as the aggrieved party are willing to ignore the fact that she literally killed you, um, and we have forgiven that if she will provide certain information that protects this town from the god and what he is doing. Those are my thoughts. And again, I've been shut down on this before, and I fully expect to again. It was just thinking out loud.
I think that it's a worthy goal, and I am willing to try, but I don't know that the town guard is going to see anything but a murder if she admits it. They did not seem happy to want to work with us in any way. They wanted the facts, and the facts is she murdered someone in an alleyway. And if they know that, they're going to. I don't think we have a say at that point.
I don't fully trust any of them either.
Yeah.
Have us doing their job for them, and what's to say once she's in shackles or manacles or lashes, as it were.
So maybe there
But
is a way, just us. We don't have to include the eye or the lashes or whoever else. If we can at least talk to
don't
her.
think we'll be welcome. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Kel.
That's all. I think it's worth a chance if Nyx or
Mm-hmm.
if anyone else wants to talk to her. Try to talk to her.
I'd like for us to try. I'd like to believe that there's a chance for us to resolve this without any more death. I'd much prefer it. But I don't want
If
any of
it's
you
true,
dying either.
if she is scared, if she was somehow coerced into this situation, I mean, then there's some humanity left in her.
My only question is, what can we offer her? If she is scared, how do we soothe her fears?
Right. That's the
What
We
hard
don't
do we
have
question to
have to
much
answer.
offer
choice.
her?
Well, I mean, it would take an input on her part to get her truth out there, and
Mm-hmm.
if she's, we have, we have some friends. We have precious few friends, but the ones we have good and powerful. I mean, if she's scared of the god or Bosch, I cannot keep calling him by his chosen name. If she's scared of Bosch, he's not in the west anymore. He's here in the east. She can go home to Galunda, make a new life for herself, be welcomed there by people that we call friends, people that we trust. Uh, Egil could help get her there potentially. He's a powerful man with connections, and he, I hate to say it, but even Olave might be able to help get her across the hammer, into the west where she could be safe, start a new life, away from Bosch and whatever he's planning. And all we ask is information in return. How to stop what happened in Oaten to happening in other towns.
Yeah.
Those are my thoughts. Again, if you tell me to swing the blade, I'll be the one that does it. I'm upset at what she did to you, Roshan. I'm upset at what you had to go through. It wasn't fair of us to put you in that situation. And if there's a situation where someone need talk to her and put their life on the line, it can be me this time. I'm not as convincing or as charming or charismatic as you, but what I'm saying is true. And if there's any chance in convincing her to do the right thing, it's going to come from a place of truth, not from a place of charm. Get some rest. You can reach out to her in the morning with your magic, Roshan, and see if she'd be willing to meet one of us truly alone. But again, we are a group here, and I'll leave it to the group to vote on that.
I don't trust someone truly alone with her. I'd be willing to talk with her, but after how easily
You shouldn't be alone.
she
No.
dropped
I could
me,
bring
I
a
don't
consent
think
spider.
That's not gonna
I
do
think-
much good in that situation.
It won't be that situation, but you could still apprehend her after I'm dead.
Well, we don't want anyone to die.
Oh, well, we don't want anyone to die. We didn't want anyone to die last time, and there have been 1,000 situations where if we didn't have the right person on hand, one of us would have died in another situation. It's not like we haven't put our lives on the line before.
So why don't we all talk to her?
Because she might not be comfortable with that. That's my concern, is that we're going to scare her off. We won't get her to come to us. We will need to find her, and I'm not sure if we can. We've got so little to go on. We've been observing all day with all of our means, and still have no idea other than she's heading east.
Well, we can always do disguises and whatnot so it doesn't appear that we're all there.
She could leave town tonight, and we'd be none the wiser until the next time Nyx looked and she scried and saw she was standing in nondescript woods.
That
And
doesn't really matter if we're waiting until morning.
If she left town tonight anyway, she wouldn't be completing her job that she's trying to do here.
That's fine. I've said my part, and I'm willing to listen to what everybody else has to say. She seemed a brave soul when we met her for the first time, bit standoffish, but we've all got personality flaws of one sort or another. Except for Keld. Keld seems very likable. Um, and we've had people want to kill us for nothing but the best intentions. And that's my view of the situation.
Anything else tonight?
No.
No.
Okay. Everyone will take the night to think on it, to recover, to plan, to weigh their hearts, so to speak. And if that should matter or not. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight, as everyone settles down for a long rest. Thank you all so much for being here. We really appreciate it. We love telling you guys a story. Here at the Dice Cult, we got the stuff, we got the things. If you head over to youtube.com/the Dice Cult, you can watch all the past episodes of On the Backs of Gods. You can watch my recap of last episode. You can catch up on Cordially Invited, which is a Dungeons and Dragons 5e game about planning a royal wedding. There's a bunch of one shots if you don't want to get committed to anything. There's Vampire Masquerade if that's your vibe. We got the stuff. You can enjoy it if you would like to. Um, Thank you again. We appreciate it. If you'd like to keep up with us, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram and Twitter. If you'd like to keep up with all of us, we are at the Dice Cult on Instagram and Twitter. And thank you again. We appreciate it. We will see you guys same time, same place. Katie, put your cool dice link in the fucking chat.
Please do.
Do it.
Okay.
Do
Let me
If you guys
type
would
it
like to
out.
check out Dragon Ink Dice, you can also head over to Instagram to look at some beautiful dice to entice you. We will
Dice
be
to
here
entice.
same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will see you guys next time. Good night,
Yeah.
everybody.
Thanks for joining us,
Night.
cultists.